Hello, fellow brothers. Welcome to Rare Breed Brotherhood. The truth is, being a Sigma male comes with a unique set of struggles. You don't fit neatly into society's expectations, and that makes people uncomfortable. Your independence, high standards, and refusal to conform can feel like a double-edged sword, isolating you from the world, while setting you apart in ways that demand respect. But here's the thing. These challenges aren't a sign of weakness. They're proof of your strength. The harder your path, the greater your potential to rise above it. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 raw, unfiltered truths about why Sigma males have such tough lives and why those struggles make you unstoppable. Watch till the end to discover the wisdom and power behind your journey. Number 1, success attracts envy, not support. Success for Sigma males often feels like a paradox. While others might dream of achieving great things and being celebrated for it, Sigma males know the reality is far more complicated. When they reach new heights, it rarely comes with applause or genuine support. Instead, it attracts envy, distrust, and even outright hostility from those around them. Why? Because a Sigma's success doesn't fit the usual script. They don't boast about their wins or seek validation from others. They quietly work behind the scenes, pushing themselves to extraordinary levels through discipline and determination. This independence unsettles people. Instead of seeing their success as inspiring, others often interpret it as threatening. To make matters worse, the confidence that comes naturally to Sigma males is often mistaken for arrogance. It's not that they think they're better than anyone else. They simply don't feel the need to explain themselves. This quiet self-assurance can make people uncomfortable, fueling resentment and prompting them to tear the Sigma down instead of lifting him up. Even in professional or personal settings, success often invites sabotage. Co-workers may undermine their achievements, friends may grow distant, and people who once seemed supportive may suddenly start throwing roadblocks in their way. It's as if others can't accept that someone who refuses to follow the crowd could still rise above it. For Sigma males, this backlash isn't a reason to stop striving. It's a reminder of their uniqueness. Their success challenges norms, shakes up expectations, and exposes insecurities in those around them. While it's a tough burden to carry, it's also proof of their extraordinary nature. In the end, the envy they face isn't about them, it's about what their existence represents. The ability to thrive without needing the approval of anyone. Number 2, they naturally attract toxic individuals. Sigma males, with their calm and composed nature, often unknowingly become magnets for toxic people. Ironically, the very qualities that make them resilient and self-assured, traits like independence, emotional control, and quiet confidence, are precisely what draw manipulators toward them. To toxic individuals, Sigma males represent a challenge, a fortress they believe they can breach, and breaking that strength becomes their ultimate goal. Manipulators are drawn to the Sigma male's stability like moths to a flame. They see someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, who doesn't react impulsively, and who remains unshaken in the face of adversity. To a toxic person, this strength isn't something to admire, it's something to dismantle. They thrive on control, and Sigma males by nature are nearly impossible to control. This resistance only makes them more tempting targets. These toxic individuals often disguise their intentions behind charm or false vulnerability, trying to gain the Sigma male's trust. They may play the victim or act like they need guidance, knowing the Sigma male's natural tendency is to remain composed and helpful without drawing unnecessary attention. But once they get close, their true motives emerge: manipulation, exploitation, and attempts to erode the Sigma's independence. This dynamic is exhausting. While the Sigma male sees through their games eventually, the constant need to defend themselves from these individuals can be draining. It reinforces their tendency to build emotional walls and trust fewer people, further isolating them. Still, Sigma males endure. Their ability to see through facades and hold their ground ensures that no toxic person can truly break them. If anything, these encounters only sharpen their intuition and reinforce their resilience, making them even harder to manipulate or defeat. They may attract toxicity, but they never let it define them. Number 3, they instinctively question authority. Sigma males are not the type to blindly follow orders or accept authority just because it's there. They have an innate ability to think critically and independently, which means they question everything, including the legitimacy of those in power. For them, respect isn't given, it's earned. This mindset often puts them at odds with bosses, institutions, or societal norms, earning them labels like rebellious or difficult. But this resistance isn't about being contrarian for the sake of it. Sigma males challenge authority because they value integrity and competence over titles or positions. If a leader doesn't exhibit genuine wisdom, fairness, or the ability to lead effectively, a Sigma male won't hesitate to call it out or quietly refuse to follow. They don't buy into hierarchy or social status as a measure of worth, and this refusal to conform unsettles those who rely on unquestioning obedience to maintain their power. This natural defiance can make life harder for Sigma males. They may face backlash for speaking up, be misunderstood as insubordinate, or find themselves pushed aside for not playing the game. In workplaces, they can clash with bosses who demand loyalty over results or enforce rules that lack logic. In society, they're often seen as outsiders because they won't fall in line with traditions or expectations that don't make sense to them. However, this trait is also their strength. Sigma males aren't afraid to stand alone for what they believe in, even if it means walking a harder path. Their resistance to unearned authority often leads them to carve out their own space, where they can operate freely and authentically. In the end, their independence isn't just an act of rebellion, it's a testament to their refusal to compromise their values. Number 4, growing up under the weight of adult expectations. From a young age, many Sigma males were expected to act like adults long before they were ready. Their intelligence and maturity didn't just make them stand out. They made them the go-to person in their family for solving problems, managing conflicts, and even carrying emotional weight. Parents or caregivers, perhaps overwhelmed by their own challenges, placed responsibilities on them that were well beyond their years. Whether it was stepping in to support a parent emotionally, making decisions that affected the family, or being the one others relied on for solutions, Sigma males learned early that they had to grow up fast. This premature maturity shaped them into resilient individuals, but it also left a mark. Instead of enjoying the carefree days of childhood, they were burdened with adult expectations and forced to mature at a pace that didn't allow for mistakes, for learning through experience, or for just being a kid. The pressures of being the mini-adult were constant, and even though they became strong from it, there was something lost along the way. Those moments of innocence and emotional nurture that every child deserves. As they grew older, the strength they developed became undeniable. They could handle challenges that would break others, and their problem-solving abilities were razor-sharp. But beneath the surface, there were unmet needs. The emotional connection that many people experience in their formative years wasn't available to them because they were too busy carrying burdens that should have never been theirs to bear. Now, as adults, Sigma males often find themselves wrestling with those unspoken needs. They're capable, independent, and strong, but the emotional scars from their childhood remain, hidden beneath layers of strength they built to survive. Number 5, the harsh cost of being too much. Sigma males refuse to shrink themselves to fit into the box society has carved out for everyone else. They don't hide their ambition, intelligence, or confidence, even when it makes others uncomfortable. In a world where mediocrity is often celebrated, standing out by simply being your authentic, exceptional self can feel like an act of rebellion. But that's exactly what Sigma males do. They walk through life unapologetically, unafraid to be exactly who they are, no matter how much it shakes up the status quo. Unfortunately, this comes at a harsh cost. Their very presence seems to challenge the norms, and people don't always react kindly to that. Being too much makes them a target for criticism, jealousy, and resistance. The more they succeed, the more others try to bring them down. Their confidence is often misinterpreted as arrogance, their ambition seen as a threat, and their intelligence perceived as superiority. In a world that rewards conformity, Sigma males face relentless judgment simply because they refuse to blend in. For Sigma males, success isn't about fitting in or following the crowd. It's about living on their own terms. Yet this authenticity comes with the price of constant pushback. They're not just fighting external obstacles, but also dealing with the constant scrutiny from those who don't understand their drive and determination. Despite it all, they continue to forge ahead because for them, being true to themselves is more important than any approval or validation the world can offer. And while the criticism may never stop, neither will their pursuit of greatness. Number 6, they aren't afraid of losing people, and that scares others. Sigma males have an incredible ability to walk away from toxic or unfulfilling relationships without hesitation, and that scares people. In a world where many hold on to unhealthy connections out of fear of loneliness, societal pressure, or the desire to be liked, the Sigma male stands apart. He doesn't feel the need to cling to anyone who doesn't add value to his life, and this level of emotional detachment is both empowering and intimidating. To him, preserving his peace and personal growth is far more important than maintaining relationships that drain him. This ability to detach effortlessly can be unsettling to others, especially those who thrive on validation or are afraid of letting go. People who can't understand this mindset often feel alienated by the Sigma male's refusal to stay in relationships that don't serve him. Whether it's a toxic friend, a draining family member, or a romantic partner who doesn't match his standards, Sigma males won't hesitate to walk away without looking back. To outsiders, this may come across as cold or heartless, but it's actually an immense strength. This fearlessness in cutting ties is what makes Sigma males hard to control. They're not bound by guilt or obligation the way many others are. This freedom to leave at any time creates an invisible barrier between them and people who depend on others for their emotional stability. And while it might be a source of envy or confusion for some, it's exactly what allows Sigma males to live life on their terms, without being weighed down by unhealthy attachments. Their ability to let go is their greatest strength, but it's also the reason they often stand alone. Number 7, speaking the truth comes with a price. Sigma males are unafraid to speak the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or inconvenient it might be. In a world where people often hide behind lies, half-truths, and social masks, the Sigma male sees straight through the pretense. They don't sugarcoat their words or shy away from calling out hypocrisy, even if it comes at a steep personal cost. Whether it's pointing out flaws in the system, addressing toxic behaviors in others, or confronting uncomfortable realities, they refuse to bend to the pressure of maintaining the illusion that others cling to. But speaking the truth comes with consequences. People who thrive on deceit, manipulation, or false appearances can't stand someone who constantly challenges their narratives. Sigma males' honesty, while liberating, is often perceived as a threat. In a world that rewards conformity and silence, their unwavering commitment to truth makes them dangerous to those who prefer to stay in their comfortable bubble of lies. It's no surprise that this leads to isolation and animosity. For Sigma males, relationships and opportunities may be sacrificed in the name of truth. They're not interested in fitting in or winning approval from those who are unwilling to face reality. They'd rather stand alone than compromise their principles. But this can leave them at odds with people who don't want their delusions disturbed. As a result, they often find themselves on the outside, rejected or resented by those who can't handle the raw honesty they bring. In the end, the Sigma male knows the price of speaking the truth. It can cost relationships, opportunities, and sometimes even peace of mind. But for them, the cost is always worth it. They'll never trade their integrity for anything, even if it means walking the road alone. Number 8, they unknowingly intimidate others. Sigma males naturally exude a level of confidence and a no-nonsense attitude that can be unintentionally intimidating to others. They don't seek attention or validation, yet their quiet self-assurance often demands it. In social or professional settings, this aura of certainty can unsettle people who are not used to encountering someone who doesn't conform to the usual social dynamics. They're not loud or boastful, but their mere presence conveys strength and clarity that makes others feel either challenged or insecure. What's intriguing is that Sigma males don't set out to intimidate anyone. It's simply a byproduct of being themselves. They don't need to prove anything to anyone, and this level of self-sufficiency can make others uncomfortable. People who rely on external validation or thrive on dominance in social situations might feel threatened by the Sigma male's indifference to their approval. This leads to two reactions. Some try to challenge or compete with them, trying to bring them down or prove something, while others may avoid them altogether, unable to deal with someone who doesn't play the same social games they do. This creates a subtle tension wherever Sigma males go. They can walk into a room and immediately cause a ripple of discomfort without saying a word. And though it's never their intention to dominate or intimidate, they can't escape the fact that their mere presence has this effect on others. It's both a gift and a curse. While it sets them apart and earns them respect, it also distances them from those who can't handle the weight of their authenticity and strength. Number 9. Their emotional walls are both a fortress and a prison. Sigma males are masters at guarding their emotions. They've learned, often the hard way, that opening up can leave them vulnerable to betrayal or manipulation. Over time, they've perfected the art of building emotional walls, strong, unyielding barriers that protect them from the chaos of the outside world. These walls serve as their fortress, shielding them from those who might take advantage of their trust. But this fortress has a cost. While it keeps the wrong people out, it also shuts out the right ones. Sigma males are not emotionless. They feel deeply, often more than they let on. They crave meaningful connections and relationships, but their self-protection mechanisms make it almost impossible to fully let someone in. They analyze every interaction, question every motive, and struggle to find a balance between vulnerability and safety. This creates a paradox. They yearn for connection but can't bring themselves to take the risk. The fear of being hurt again keeps their walls high and their guard unrelenting. This emotional isolation often leads to a sense of loneliness that even their independence can't soothe. They find themselves stuck in an endless cycle, wanting closeness but fearing it at the same time. It's not that they don't want love or trust. It's that their past experiences have made those things feel dangerous. They've seen how easily emotions can be used as weapons, and they refuse to hand anyone that kind of power over them again. Their emotional walls may protect them, but they also trap them, leaving them to navigate life on their own terms while silently wishing they didn't have to. It's a battle of strength and vulnerability that defines much of their journey, shaping who they are while keeping them from what they truly desire. Number 10, they see the world too clearly. Sigma males have a way of seeing the world that cuts through all the noise. They don't get distracted by superficial appearances or the stories people tell to make themselves look good. Their minds are sharp, analytical, and relentlessly curious. This ability to see things for what they truly are gives them an edge, but it also weighs heavily on them. The world is full of contradictions, hypocrisy, and manipulation, and Sigma males can't unsee any of it. While others might turn a blind eye to corruption or pretend not to notice someone's hidden agenda, Sigma males pick up on every detail. They see the lies in polite smiles, the selfish motives behind grand gestures, and the games people play to get ahead. This clarity strips away any illusions of a perfect world, leaving them to navigate life with a full understanding of its flaws. For most people, ignorance really is bliss. It's easier to believe that things are better than they are, to accept surface-level truths and to live within comforting illusions. But Sigma males don't have that luxury. Their minds are wired to dig deeper, to question, to uncover what others would rather ignore. This means they're often faced with the harsh realities of life, which can make them feel disconnected from a society that seems comfortable living in denial. This sharp perception, while a strength, can feel isolating. It's not easy to live in a world where you see through the facades most people accept without question. It can lead to frustration, cynicism, and even exhaustion. Yet it's also what makes Sigma males unique. They aren't blinded by what's popular or convenient. They live in truth, even when that truth is uncomfortable, and that is where their real power lies. Life as a Sigma male is no walk in the park, but that's what makes you who you are. Your challenges aren't setbacks, they're the fire that forges your strength. The world often misunderstands you, tests you, and even pushes you to your limits, but every trial only sharpens your mind, deepens your resilience, and fuels your growth. You don't follow the crowd or seek validation because you know your value doesn't depend on anyone else's opinion. And while your path may be lonelier and harder, it's also more authentic and rewarding. Remember, the traits that make life hard for you are the same ones that set you apart. Your independence, your honesty, your unwillingness to settle, they're not flaws, they're your superpowers. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. You weren't meant to fit into the mold that society tries to create. Instead, you were meant to rise above it and create your own path. So keep going. Let the challenges fuel your determination. Let the misunderstandings remind you that you're different for a reason. And most importantly, don't ever water down who you are to make others comfortable. The world may not always appreciate Sigma males, but it needs them now more than ever. If this resonates with you, or you know someone who embodies this rare and powerful personality, stick around. Watch the full video, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit subscribe for more insights. Together, let's celebrate the journey of being unapologetically you. God bless you.